going to have the say in who casts the show. And I
Sure.
don't think like Jill is like bowing down to the altar of David. Like I just think it's like she has bigger fish to fry, and this could be some opportunity. And like, why do I need just one? It's not like I have a say, but why do I need that? And
Sure.
really, I am that person. I am truly just like on the Real Housewives of New York, where you see people hate each other at 1 o'clock in the afternoon and love each other at 2, and it's fast paced. I really, maybe because I live in New York, I really truly in life am that person. Like whatever bothered me 5 minutes ago, you just, once you come to me and appeal to me as a human being, really it doesn't matter if it's Jill on TV or someone else, I am over it. I don't hold grudges. I don't care what happened between us. Like, it's when you draw a line and you're saying shit about me and you're going to try to say whatever. And then I'm a lawyer and you're not going to win. Like just anyone, like, cause I'm a lawyer. It's like a fucking crazy mind of like, we're in a battle now. And this is, so once you appeal to me and she said like, she didn't have to call me. And so I just, as a person, completely respect that move. And I am just, I should never have talked crap. It's not right. And I want to apologize to Jill Zarin. There, I said it. So
what a way to start. All right, baby. I love it. I've done it myself. Yeah, been there.
So,
I mean, okay. I mean, I'm dying to hear all your thoughts. I mean, this was a huge variety piece about Real Housewives of New York. I mean, I want to know, we're getting 2 shows, supposedly. I'm so curious about your thoughts on the Variety article. To me, it said a whole lot of nothing. I mean, they asked Andy a bazillion questions. Could this housewife, could Bethany be back? I mean, of course, he was very, open-ended. He makes it sound like they have not cast the reboot or the, there's like kind of the OG version and the new version. He makes it sound like, oh, hey, if you have a friend group that's diverse in New York City, we want to hear from you. He makes it sound like they have, I thought it was a whole lot of nothing in that article.
Well, I have a lot of things that I've heard from the inside,
yes,
and a lot of things just that are my opinion, which, someone DM'd me or made a comment. Are you good in? Because I was very adamant that if New York came back out of the last cast and this didn't happen, in my opinion, Luann was coming back, Ramona was coming back, and that was it. And maybe Tinsley from the past, maybe. But even her aside, Ramona and Luann, that was it. Nobody else. And so someone's like, are you going to finally admit you were wrong? Not really. Not really. Sorry, not really. I wasn't wrong. Like we're not going forward. Well, I believe that this is what I believe. We had season 13. I personally don't think season 13 was as god awful as everyone else does. I don't understand what the big uproar was, but there it is. We have it. Perhaps it's because I know Ebony in real life and I'm friends with her. Maybe I'm jaded, like, and not jaded, but maybe I'm just biased. I don't see what was so wrong with it, but it didn't work and the ratings were bad, period. I personally think that they tried to come up with this concoction that everyone's been trying to come up with. Who do we keep? Who do we not keep? And I think if you kept Luann and look, you had to have kept somebody out of Ramona, Luann, and Sonia, this OG, just to continue that type of show. You had to have, if you were going to mix it in. And I think no matter who you got, if you kept Luann and Ramona and you got 5 new women that most likely would have been younger, 35 to 45, it would have, how is that going to work? You're going to have 2 OGs with very strong personalities. That's not a negative statement. And it's still not going to integrate. It's probably going to be these 2 against 4 or just somehow integrated. It's not going to work. It's going to be like 2 separate shows and it's just not going to work. So I do think that they figured out every combination and they're like, any combination would have been season 13 over. It's a little bit different. We're not in the same COVID, but it wouldn't have worked. It would not have been an integrated cast. It would have been the old regime of Ramona and Luann and all these new people. That's the first thing. So I think they tried and they thought about it. And how would that have worked? It just wouldn't have, right?
Okay. I mean, my take on why that season season 13 was so bad is because nothing happened. Ebony unfortunately gets the blame because she is new. She was the first woman of color, and she did talk about race a lot, which I was fine with all that. The problem was nothing else happened. Nothing else happened in Ebony's life. Ebony is, I like Ebony a lot, but she wasn't rich. She wasn't dating anybody rich. She wasn't doing anything. And to her, like, none of the others were either. Luann's nowhere with her relationship. There's no business. Sonia came off as a complete alcoholic. Ramona, fine, was clueless as usual. But again, like, it just, nothing happened. Like, I compare it to the Housewives of New Jersey, right? There's just so much depth to the show. You have the husbands, you have Jennifer now, and Bill had an affair. You've had, Teresa's like got a new man. I feel bad for Ebony because she's sort of the fall woman, when I think all those conversations would have been fine if other things had happened and someone had been rich. But like, there's just nothing else. Like, Leah was boring. Leah came in with such fire. She was so interesting. We thought Leah would be dating. Leah, like the first season, Leah started drinking again. Not that I'm encouraging that, but then Leah was sober. Luann tried to be sober. Nothing happened. It was the worst season of all time. I have to say, I think it was one of the worst.
Maybe that's why.
But I wasn't upset about all the race talk. It was just, this is so boring. It's like, it's just, I don't care. It was awful.
Well, I truly believe, I guess that's why people didn't like it. And it's COVID and all that, but I just feel there's no combination that would have worked. That's just my opinion. So I feel like that's the first thing, that after sitting around and getting to that analysis. Now, I do think a couple of other things factored into this decision. I think Salt Lake is a huge reason. This is my second tier. I think the first thing is, how could anyone be integrated? Second of all, I think Salt Lake is 100% a reason that this is going forward this way. We have a whole bunch of people that are truly connected, and we have a brand new cast that nobody knows. We don't know one single person on this cast. We're getting to know all of them together, just like SNL did way back in the Sherry O'Terry, Will Ferrell, Chris Catania. We leveled the field, and that's Salt Lake. We started with a whole bunch of new people, and now in season 2, even in season 1, it was good. But season 2 was great, not just because of Jen Shah. It's a real, who is the superstar in Salt Lake? We have Jen Shah, superstar. We have Meredith Mark, superstar. We have Heather. We have a whole cast of actual superstars. And it's because these people really know each other, and they're all brand new, and it's just level. So I think personally, they tried to think of who to keep and who to go. And I do think the real discussion there was Ramona and Luann and Sonia. I still think it would have been only Ramona and only Luann. And I think integrating people with them wouldn't have worked. And I think they thought of that. And then I think second, the fact that Salt Lake is such a success as like this new franchise, they're like, why not? They're like, why not just do it with New York? I think that's